Welcome to another episode of the Happy Hour Show. Aloha Friday. My name is Mikey Slacks. Along with me are...
your boy, Mr. Overtime.
Tradi.
What's going on, y'all? Episode 27. This one is a super duper pleasure. My boy tapped into me last week. We got one half of the legendary SF group Evenodds, my boy D.E.O in the building. What's happening?
What's happening, man? Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me, man.
Yes, sir. We got him off these Reese-A-Ritas. You know, it's
And
typical. We
things
got to
is
start it off
official.
the official toast. Thank you to the show. You said you love San Francisco, and I was just trying to give you your flowers as well as being a pioneer out here in San Francisco. You know, we had our early '90s mix of the Quinn, Messies, you know, the Hueys, you know, everybody, you know, IMP,
all my
Selskis,
teachers, man.
you know, all of our base point of, you know, of the next era.
Yeah.
Here you guys come around, you guys come up, tracks, you know,
After
all these producers, all these artists that, you know, you guys are working with, and in the early stage of the Evenodds, you know, talk about how you made money, because you guys have been brothers for over like decades now.
So I don't know if we ever told this story on camera, and I wish my brother was here with me, but you know, me and him met like the summer before 6th grade.
They locked in like
Knee high.
He from Turkwood, and that's some projects in Fillmore, you know what I'm saying? I was living in Turkwood after they tore down the towers where I'm from. I was living with my grandmother, and I met his older sister first because she hooped. She was a basketball player, and me and my brother and my older brother, we you know, we'd find a basketball court.
Shout out to your brother, man.
Shout out to Biz, man, in general.
Yeah. That's my guy.
We'd find like little hidden hoop courts and shit, and she pulled up one time and was hooping with us like all day. You know what I'm saying?
She's out there crossing niggas.
No, she was hard. She was hard. His siblings, his older brother and older sister, and him, and May, they were dope in hoops, bro.
Yeah. I had many turf wars with him playing.
So we hooped, you know what I'm saying, and then he was standing outside his porch because we was playing hoops, and we walked his sister home, his older sister home, and for me, that's when I first remember meeting him. He'll probably have a different story, but that was my first memory of meeting him. And then when 6th grade started and, you know, school started and everything, I saw him. I'm like, oh, that's bro, that, you know what I'm saying? So we kind of clicked from there, and we was cool. We was cool between 6th and 7th grade. We bonded through hoops, and we was in band too together. Yeah. He's like a trumpet.
A lot of people didn't know that's what made y'all so great, is the fact that y'all play live instruments.
He's a trumpet prodigy, bro. Him, his brother, and his sister, bro, all trumpet players.
Wow.
And they were dope, bro.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? And he was like the golden boy in the band, because he come from that lineage. You feel me? The band teacher, Jack Martins, shout out to him. You know what I'm saying? He knew him, knew his sister, so he loved him. You know, he got away with everything. You feel me?
Murder.
So he played trumpet, I played tuba, and yeah, bro. And I didn't pick that. I didn't pick that instrument.
Too,
is that right? Is that right?
I knew you was gonna say that.
So the music teacher played me, bro. He was like, "Well, you're like kind of the most stockiest, strongest person. So play the tuba for me this year, 6th grade. But next year, I promise you'll be in jazz band on the trumpet, bro.
I'm gonna keep it a beam, bro.
3 years tuba, bro.
Walk around school like
I wanted to play the clarinet.
The heaviest.
I thought I wanted to play the clarinet. Then he was like, "Nah, I got a better instrument for you." And then he put me in front of the tuba. And I looked down, like I tried, and then I liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was cool.
Yeah.
And I got dope.
Get that bass.
And but Ben Franklin Middle School under the tutelage of Jack Martins. You know what I'm saying? He was Forte's band teacher.
Damn.
Oh wow! You know what I'm saying? Like he a legend, bro. It's a movie. Mr. Holland's Opus.
Oh yeah,
that was
Richard
based
Dreyfuss.
on him.
Richard Dreyfuss.
That movie was loosely based on him.
Wow, what a trip.
You know what I'm saying? And
dropping jewel. You hear him first time.
Hey, bro. You know what I'm saying? But Jack Martins, he kind of changed my life. You know what I'm saying? But with MA, we was cool in 6th and 7th grade. We was real cool. But in middle school, you don't really know yourself and everything.
Yeah.
But what bonded us in 8th grade, bro, was we both was trying to rap.
Hey.
And he was a dope ass beatboxer. He was dope. And I used to freestyle to his beatboxing. And So we bonded all 8th grade over that.
So y'all
and we clicked up.
instant chemistry right there.
We clicked up. And then the summer after we graduated high school, we went on a job hunt together. We spent the whole summer just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? He ended up getting a job that summer. I didn't.
It sounds like a little,
he
get a job that year, man.
He was on a hit, bro. He a hustler, bro.
Yeah, he is, definitely.
But so in 8th grade, I tried out for soda, and I didn't know that he did. And I got in.
School of the Arts for the people that
School
don't
of
know
the
out
Arts,
here.
you feel me? Class of 2003. I'm thinking I'm going to soda just by myself, not knowing nobody. And I see this thing, I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? So that made it even stronger. Like you know what I'm saying? This bro.
Y'all didn't know anyone else.
Yeah,
so y'all bonded even more.
So 9th grade, we were just, you know, trying to figure things out, and us being who we are and like our background, soda was kind of like hella. It was preppy. Not preppy, but it was hella.
Y'all used to have me.
It was hella
certain demographics.
It was a demographic. Yeah. It was a lot of hip. It was like hippie-ish.
Yeah,
prep.
You know what I'm saying?
Prep.
Yeah, hippie prep.
Yeah,
Hippie prep.
Oh, man, you know the khakis and the button-ups.
A fish out of water, and like people gravitated towards us. Like we were instantly
different.
We were
from
instantly
what they
like
were.
the cool kids. You know what I'm saying? And so by sophomore year, we linked with, and I'm like, I'm going back. You know what I'm saying? Like sophomore year, we linked up with this cat, Renee Del Fierro. He was from Half Moon Bay. He went to soda, and he had a studio. He was the first person I ever met that had Pro Tools and that had a home studio. I've never heard of this before.
So I'm guessing that's when you first got your love for the studio.
That was it. That lit the fire.
Well,
Had to be.
Yeah, it broadened our horizon because prior to that, we was recording on his dad's. M.A.'s dad is a reggae musician, and he had a Tascam 4-track. Anybody that go back that far
That's
that
old school,
knows,
baby.
yeah, he had a Tascam 4-track that go directly to the tape. You know what I'm saying? And we used to record on that. We were just doing like small shit or whatever. But when we started hitting up Half Moon Bay and going to Renee house, and he was showing us Pro Tools, bro. Like that's the first kid I knew that had his own studio. He was a rich kid, you know what I'm saying? It was hella rich kids that
It
was hella rich kids that went to soda, bro.
That was a 5-finger Freddy, you know what I'm saying?
So Evenodds was birthed at his house.
I always wanted to know, like, how did the name
All
right, so we both Pisces, for one. Pisces is basically the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
And people used to always say, like, y'all like the opposite, but y'all like the same for real.
The same but opposite.
What dates in March?
We 6 days apart. I'm February 28th. He's March 6th. So Evenodds was birthed at Renee Del Fierro's house. And Renee, today, he's a dope-ass guitar player.
Nice.
He played guitar on our first album, Rough Draft, that we recorded in high school. And we just, you know, it was, fast forward, we built all that in high school. Evenodds was built. So after understanding how to record and everything, I bought an 8-track. It was a Korg D8. It was an 8-track. And if you Google it, you'll be like, how the hell y'all was doing it on this? But it was a Korg D8 I bought from World of Stereo, the original one that was on market. He sold me the Korg D8, a cassette player, a CD burner, a $40 mic.
Bro, them
And I
CD
thought
burners was shit back
I
in the
had
day,
a studio, you know what I'm saying?
You
So
did,
I'm from the towers, you feel me? So I let all the homies know that y'all can come record at my house, and I was just recording hella music. So that's how the Officials was birthed. If anybody that knows, y'all know the Officials. Like, so the Officials was birthed out of that. Like, just all the homies from the towers, including Money Alwayz, his brother B-Love. That was the Officials. And we put that out first, our senior year. We put the Officials out first. And that introduced Evenodds, that introduced B-Love, that introduced Reno V. He go by I'm Rich Now. That introduced Stiz. Like, just all my earlier groups that I had.
And that crew right there.
Yeah, and that introduced Official Business Entertainment.
That's crazy.
Which was my label. And that's the only thing that's standing right now. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's pivotal that you mentioned all that, because you guys really went from boys to men in this business.
No, I was a kid, bro. We dropped that when we was 17. We sold 7,000 CDs of that one album. Then the summer we graduated, we released Rough Draft. That was the first Evenodds album. And then the fall of 2004, I released one of my groups, Stiz and M.O. That was a duo. And I released part 2 of the officials. So that was like our catalog right there.
That was a nice
you know what I'm saying? And y'all was talking about it off camera, but that was the Market Street hustling days.
Oh yeah.
Like
I was just about to bring that up. Those are the ones when you were over there by the cable car and everything.
The CDs,
it's like
those days was the Market Street days, and the catalog that we had at that time was the first officials that I mentioned. It was the officials, Evenodds, Rough Draft, the officials part 2, which is the laxative. That's the one that you can find on like on DSPs and everything. It's called the laxative. The officials, the laxative. That's what it's called. And Stiz and M.O. Trackstar Hustling. And then me, G-Man, and El Cheddar dropped an album together called Chain Reaction. And that was that was a project that we all kind of contributed to. And it was just a compilation. It was between Critical Records, Official Business, and Team Cheddar. And that was my catalog at the time. And I was
How old are you
just
at this
19.
Point? 19.
19
with
like
teens, huh?
And you gotta think about it too.
A 6-album catalog.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted to be JT the Bigger Figure, bro. I wanted to be JT the Bigger Figure and Master P. You know what I'm saying? Those were my 2 examples of what a successful independent executive was.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that was my blueprint. Russell Simmons, Master P, JT the Bigger Figure was my trio of the record executive. I didn't know about Lear Cohen. I didn't know about Jimmy Iovine. I didn't know these people, bro. I knew them 3. I knew Fig.
And those 3 you could connect with.
Exactly.
Though, right?
Fig. And I was a huge No Limit head, bro.
For real.
So Fig,
No Limit Soldier. I thought I told you.
For real. I was into all that, bro.
That, though, when he was pushing
way
Richmond,
before that.
bro. West Coast Bad Boys.
I was into all that, bro.
The
ice cream,
and I don't like to like advertise this, but Nut was my cousin too. Classy D from Lakeview, he a Lakeview legend, OG Lakeview legend, Classy D. Him and Nut was like this, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up seeing that on the, the IMP days back in the days, and that album and the Ill Manor Player days. Like I grew up under all that, you know what I'm saying? Nut used to pick me up from the towers, you feel me? And we would ride around the city, me, him, Classy, and my brother, you know what I'm saying? Like we were really, like I'm 9 years old. Like he'd come scoopers, you feel me?
He was a legend, man.
Yeah, off top. And
I definitely
and he was about his shit. And he loved Frisco. So I got my love for the Frisco rap scene by looking at him because he really was like a true pioneer, obviously, of this Frisco rap shit. After the Market Street days, the thing that kind of took me off of Market Street was when I started the studio.
Yeah.
And Secret Studio is a legendary place. Happy Sanchez,
Mission
OG
District,
Mexican
you
cat,
already
you know what I'm
knows.
saying? He from the Mission for sure.
Hey.
Original Santana crew, you know what I'm saying? Happy Sanchez is like a big bro to me. And he took a chance on me. I was 19, hat in hand, looking for a studio.
Hey man, can I get some space?
Yeah, and he it started with remember A-Wolf? The artist named A-Wolf? So what brought me to Secret Studio, shout out to A-Wolf too. What brought me to Secret Studios, there was a album session, and that was playing his album. I forget the name of it. I think it was Misery Loves Company or Misery's Company or something like that. That was his first album. And that was putting a lot of money behind A-Wolf, bro. Cause he was like the next, that was looking at him like the next Eminem or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And
I was really big at the time, so they had that.
My
push
homie
behind
Doc. I mean, he wasn't really a homie, but he was the person who ran. I'm not keep real.
We just smoked weed together a couple of times.
We throw that word around. He was just a guy. He was
an
the
associate.
He was the investor in
Yeah.
A-Wolf. And
He was an acquaintance.
He was
talking about Dr. Barber.
But-
Nah.
Nah. He was an OG black dude. He was a surgeon. He was a surgeon, and everybody called him Doc. He leased out a portion of Secret Studios. And
To
that's
do
where
surgery? Damn.
that's where hiphop.com was. Alex Aquino, shout out to Alex Aquino, you know what I'm saying? Original Frisco. That's my bro too. Black Scale, shout out Black Scale. But Alex Aquino was in there, And it was just it was a community of people. And when I went to this listening party for A-Wolf, that was like my first industry thing that I ever went to. And it was, I think, it was a girl named...
It was like your first, mixer networking.
Yeah,
like,
and it was a girl named Rika that we met selling CDs, and she used to work for PK.
Ooh, shout out PK, man.
And she was the first person to ever tell me about PK. I'd never forget this, because she was like, because we was huge fans of the Mob Figures. Like, we was Mob Figure heads, bro. You know what I'm saying? I could talk about that all day. And I'll circle back to that about like, our friendship and everything. But when we was telling her about that, when we was selling her CDs, she was like, you gotta talk to PK. That was the first time I ever heard PK name was through her. But
anybody he married, that's the first thing he said, you gotta talk to PK.
Yeah, for sure. But she invited us to this listening session.
Nice.
You feel me? And the DJ, that's the bigger part. The DJ Academy was at Secret Studios, and that's the birth of the Demolition Man.
Wow. Boy,
you know what I'm saying?
On that,
you know what I'm saying? If you don't hear him off first here, we might as well just send a wire. Like,
Word. I'm there, bro. I'm at this, and I'm like, damn, like this is hella dope.
You must have just been in awe. Like,
and I'm like, how can I get in here? So they wiggled me to Doc. They were like, you got to talk to him if you want a room. So he, you know, it was $350 room. It was a hole in the wall. I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just to be in the building.
Just to be in the building.
I mean, if you from San Francisco and you ever recorded, you know, that shit was booming 24/7.
It started with that. It started with that. And my first like real clients was this Oakland cat named Instinct and Assassin. He was from the only projects in Daly City. It's over by the Cow Palace. Bay Show.
Just on the other side.
Bay Show. No, it's Bay Show.
Bay Show?
They call it that. With Lexo, Assassin. So that was my first clients. And then the Goodfellas was my first client. Swindler, Cutthroat,
Swin,
and Red Eyes. And then my brothers today. Then my bros today. You know what I'm saying? I was just with Sway at Dying Breed.
I met so many people. I met so many people through all them casts, man.
So those were my first clients early. And that's what kind of snowballed.
You always remember the first ones, right?
Yeah. And that's why I always got love for them, you know what I'm saying? And so what ended up happening was when I got into the bigger side of Secret Studios, Happy Sanchez, the owner of Secret Studios, he shut down that part of the building to music. And he was kicking everybody out.
Oh, damn.
So I went to him, I'm like, look, bro, like I have a business. Like I'm not over there bullshitting, bro. Like I need a room. And I was 20 at the time. And he was like, all right, I got a room. He showed me. It was a rinky-dink room, bro. It was
what
like,
year is this?
This is 05.
This is room for 350?
Come on, man.
Nah, this is after the room for 350. So I went from No. So, yeah.
They said it went from hole in the water to rinky-dinky.
Yeah, it was a hole in the water, rinky-dinky. I didn't have a booth. I didn't have a booth.
Motel 6 to the Ritz,
I'm going to go kind of fast, too. So I went from there. I still didn't have a booth. I didn't have a booth in the hole in the wall, and I didn't have a booth in the rinky-dinky. So we went from 350 to 640 in rent. And we were still young, and you don't really, when you get that young, you don't really know
as long as shit
how to
working,
keep up with your rent. You know what I'm saying? Or keep up with your bills, period. Like, but between my brother and me, you know what I'm saying, we upkept it because that was our domain. And we tried to rely on the other homies because that's what we wanted to be, like a co-op. Right. But when we realized that it was just on me and bro, we was like, all right, we're not about to prioritize, because I was trying to prioritize my other artists. But when we seen they wasn't hustling like us, we was like, we gotta just keep it going with us. You know what I'm saying? I would do things like, I would do mixtapes. I did a mixtape called Fuck the Industry. I did another mixtape. It was the .com mixtape, because it was the .com era. Bro, I was ahead of my time, bro. We did a mixtape called the .com era, right? And it was called the .com mixtape because we just got a website, and to promote the website, we did a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? It was us. We had the Goodfellas on there. We had Hustler on there. We got Hustler on the what's bro name from Philly? Not Freeway, but nah. He was signed to Swiss Beats. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler.
Oh.
What's bro name, bro? And it's
I know you're talking about Cassidy.
Cassidy. So
I was like sitting there like, say something.
we got Hustler to do a freestyle on that beat.
Oh, sick.
Shout out to Breakable One from York Street. He was a DJ. He was like our DJ at the time. He was our
That's
big homie
dope.
from the Mission. He was Hustler's DJ. So he got him to do it on there. He had that idea, and we put it on our mixtape. So that was the mixtape. So we still downtown a little bit. We were still hustling downtown with those, but I was getting busy with clients.
Hell yeah.
What were you charging, like 5 a CD? Is that what the going rate was? What
Nah, bro, we wanted 10, bro.
At the dime,
We wanted
It
10.
ain't
Like
nothing.
five was
Doubling
the
dimes.
five was the all right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You got like 2 for 15.
Man, we stood on 10, bro.
Oh, yeah, from around here. Okay, bro.
We stood on
Five.
10, and we sold CDs to a lot of people. We was downtown, bro. So a lot of celebrities used to roll through. Like Sean Wayans bought a
catch
CD.
that cable
Sean
car,
Wayans
for
was,
real.
I think, it looked like he was getting off BART because he came up from the BART right in front of
Mike gonna feel the Sean Wayans reference.
Old Navy. He came up from the underpass from Old Navy. It was all shit. That shit, like, what's up, love? And then he took our CD. It was like 10. Like we'd do that. We'd put it in their hands and we'd
got
charge
money,
them.
I remember that, right?
And
He
it-
coming up the escalator.
And,
Like, what's up,
he just cashed out.
Yeah.
He cashed out.
Yeah.
Sean Wayans bought a CD. Missy Elliott bought a CD.
Super duper.
Was she wearing the trash bag?
She was in Gap. She was in a Gap, bro. She was in a Gap, and everybody was surrounding her, and we just waited. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta play it cool, man. When you from Frisco, I don't give a fuck what you doing. You gonna play it cool.
T.I. bought a CD right during the I'm Serious days. It was right before.
that's
T.I. like TIP?
Yeah, he just got signed. He just got signed. And,
Mr. Harris?
I'm Serious came out. And we was huge fans of that album. Cause he was like the first, like,
Spitting.
he was the new age Atlanta artist. You know what I'm saying?
That's when that trap really
Yeah,
started.
yeah. It was
Yeah.
before trap music.
But
though.
that's
It
when he
was-
was actually flowing.
Yeah,
like, he
yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
doing
And that's
that
what we
little
liked,
Southern
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
That was when he was spitting.
So that
My
was
bad,
buying
yeah.
hella shit, bro. Like, it was a lot of people. Like, it's a lot of people that I can't remember, but we had hella run-ins with people. You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I liked
So
about you
actual
and Money, I feel that what separated you guys from a lot of artists out here is you guys knew how to capitalize on the way you guys were doing things. Like, what other artists you know had ties to the Breakfast Club? Angela Yee. Like, I mean,
That's
literally,
it.
I remember going to do some. Y'all gave us the plug. I told y'all wanted to meet her. You let me and Burns come through. We slid through. We taped the event. We got the connection.
Yeah.
And I was like one of the like.
Bro, we don't
One of
hold,
many times
we
that
don't
you
hold
brought the
plugs,
team
bro.
out here, yeah.
We don't hold plugs,
That's
bro.
how you
Like,
supposed to do,
I
though.
don't believe in that, bro. I was just talking to Big
Yeah.
Rich about this too. We was in KC yesterday.
Shout out 1015.
Shout out
Hey.
1015. Shout out Big Rich. We just don't hold plugs because I shared that with Project Level as well too. His nonprofit. Like, I brought Angela Yee to Project Level. You know what I'm saying? Because he had a media department and he had some media kids. He had those twins, Amelia and Delia.
Shout out to twins.
You know what I'm saying? And then he had another girl in media, Kay Mizo. She interviewed Angela Yee in front of the whole Project Level class.
Wow.
And it was just big for them just to see somebody that they've seen every day on the Breakfast Club, you know what I'm saying? And
Breakfast Club
then
doing
this
numbers.
young girl was interviewing her, you know what I'm saying? And it was just, you know, I'm just trying to, like, if I get a plug or if I get a line or if I get a resource, I'm the type of person that's going to share it to the people
For
that
sure.
I know that is going to be able to take it,
Utilize
And run with it. But you gotta respect that
You
because
know
right
what I'm
now it
saying?
feels like it's the complete opposite.
Yeah,
Everybody's
so
trying to like
people wanna
be a
hold
real
everything to
select.
themselves. No,
Or
it's
they try
mine,
to bring
it's my
somebody else from the
plug.
whole other side of the country. And
Yeah,
here,
I
I
don't
don't
understand
understand
you
like
blocking
that. I don't
blessings.
believe
that, bro.
You blocking
So-
blessings.
You kept the real Frisco.
Especially
nigga.
from
Yeah,
people from
bro.
your own city. Like, you ain't supposed to do
Yeah.
that.
And
Like,
we're
Crabs in a
supposed to be
bucket.
doing, like,
Crabs in a bucket. Crabs
With
in a
her though,
bucket.
you know, I the first year I brought her and Envy out here. Charlamagne, he doesn't do like club stuff. So I wanted all three of them. It was for our annual party for our B-Day that me, Money Alwayz, and DJ Juice was our other
sure.
Pisces brother. He was our DJ too. He was the official Evenodds. He was the first Evenodds DJ.
What's up?
Yeah, shout out to DJ Juice. I just
Hey,
seen him
hey.
at Drake's
Put him
one.
on.
Yeah, local
Drake.
bro.
Yeah, shout out to
local
Local
Brooks
in the
Yeah,
building.
for sure. We was there. I guess we was all there at different times.
We missed each
Shout
other.
out
We
to
just
the-
running live.
Talking about shouting out DJs, we gotta shout out my man DJ West
West
Craven.
Craven.
Hey,
West
watch
Craven.
it.
Yes,
Real
sir.
quick right now. We'll take a quick break real quick and let's go straight
In
to
the
DJ
studio
West
live,
Craven.
West, we appreciate you.
Studio, what he just missed.
Yo, shout out to all the baddies watching us right now. Happy Hour Show, Bay Area. It's a party on the West. Slacks, smile at the camera, Slacks.
All the rich niggas want her. Come on. Want her. Yeah. All the rich niggas want her. Here we go, let's go. Want her. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah. All the rich niggas want her. Yeah.
Here, come on.
Come on, bro. Come on, put a little something in my cup, right?
Right.
Party on the West.
Wes Craven.
Wes Craven.
The social shark.
I'ma pay for some friends. If I'ma spend, I'ma pay for some friends. I'ma pay for some friends. If I'ma spend, I gotta pay for some friends. Let me pay for some friends. If I'ma spend, shot of brains, your friend. I'ma pay on the jail, get a bill. I'ma rap to you like juvenile with that bag home. You want a rich nigga to pay your table tab home. When we go shopping, you want me to buy that bag home. You don't like it when I hop out with that mag home. You don't like it when I'm visiting with my niggas home. That's the only way a nigga can come get you home. I got what you want, I know what you want. When a rich nigga come up, pull up.
I got the north, got the east, got the west with me. So I suggest you niggas don't
West
mess
side.
with me. Nigga, be cool, cause you don't wanna squabble. Cause we can do the food, but you don't
What
wanna
they
vibe.
say?
Put that on salt. I put that on fathers. Put that on salt. I put that on mamas. Put that on salt. I put that on Grand C dust. You run up on me, get your man beat up.
Yeah.
Bush ride, gas gill, 6 deuce, golden field. Nigga, it's trill. Po boy, I tell you how I feel. High off
Happy
purple,
Hour
we
Show,
dipping on
Bay
field.
Area.
Think we square, we polar bears. You doubt it if you want to, but it's soldiers here. Fabby Davis is the prince of the O. The freestyle king, man, and everybody know. I is down with this. Reppin' the Bay, but you know it's town biz. My side been forgot about, and that's what I'm hot about. Niggas, they be hating, but pimpin', that's what it's not about. It's about getting money, getting close to a meal. So I got my niggas from the ghosts in the field. You already know, so don't ask what it do. Scraper full of ripples when you see it sliding.
Right on, DJ Wes Craven for the mix. Make sure you go check out my boy. Go follow him at DJ Wes Craven, one of the resident DJs, cutting it up for the Happy Hour Show.
Killing the Emporium.
Frisco original, bro.
Yeah, man. We all got some type of connection some way. Like, hey, I gotta say it on wax. There would not be no Mr. Overtime if it wasn't for DJ Wes Craven.
That's
man.
big.
Yeah, that's my guy. I would never have been made this space if it wasn't for him. I had to give him his flowers.
Yeah. So it was our birthday parties that we was doing. We've done like we used to do a lot of them.
Yeah, y'all set the trend with
it
the
was
parties,
Evenodds and DJ Juice, and we kind of piggybacked off what Juice was doing. He was already doing his annual parties, and once he became our DJ, we was like, let's just do a big ass Pisces bash, and we was doing them at Mission Rock. We did 2 at Mission Rock. One of them, two of them we did with Andre Nicotina. 2 of them we did with Andre Nicotina because you know he had Pisces too.
Pisces too. We got the same birthday, bro.
That's bro, man. Andre Nicotina, bro. He. A lot of people misunderstand him, but he's a true legend,
Drake
bro.
said the same thing.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's just unique. You know what I mean?
He
just doesn't take into everyone.
He's the Pisces that I wish I was, bro.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he doesn't take into everyone. He
He
feels
don't
you
give
off
a
your
fuck,
vibe.
bro. He don't care about nothing.
I
bro.
see him go bad on people taking his picture hella times, bro.
No, it's, bro. I don't, bro. I've
It's
worked with
hilarious.
him so many different times.
I'm
I
gonna
don't
start
have.
doing that.
I have one picture with him, and it was at our birthday party. That was like 15 years ago. I've never taken a picture with him.
I seen him. I hope he don't kill me for this, but I seen him. We was at Slim's, and this white girl photographer, bro, she was trying to sneak photos. And if you know Dre, bro, he do not like you to do that at all. And he had told her nicely once or twice, and it was like the third time. He was like, look, I told you, like, give me the camera, take them out. And it was crazy because, like, that was the most I've ever seen him actually, like, talk in a group of people. Yeah. As soon as everybody left, me and him and Burns would start sparking, and he told me he's a Pisces. His birthday's on the 20th. We just start rocking,
It's
bro.
crazy because I've sat and had some real dope-ass conversations with him, and I understand him. Like, I at the end of every conversation, I'm like, bro, I feel you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you don't get to longevity in the game like that if you're just gonna just be like, oh.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? But with those parties though, it kind of gave
without doing what?
He's
very animated.
But we get those little bits in there. I'm sorry to cut you off.
That's where the viral clips come from. Man.
With those parties though, it gave me and Money Alwayz just like the tools to throw on events.
Yeah.
So with those events, we were, we've thrown a lot of events. We did champagne parties. We did cookout. We pride ourselves in the events that we threw to bring people together on the account of Evenodds and the music we did.
Oh, y'all always, don't get me wrong.
Exactly.
Y'all
all the
concepts
time, bro.
We're very ahead of their time.
And this is and I hate it because it's pre-social media and we don't have no video. We got hella pictures, but no video.
Yeah,
but
exactly. It was a different era.
It was a different era. But
it was damn near even before MySpace.
Right. No, it was during MySpace.
I was kind of trying to make you seem a little older.
It was okay, Tom. Come on. But with the Breakfast Club,
the photos
with the
top fives,
the Breakfast Club though, we I knew I had a line on them. Always knew I had a line on them because my homie from New York, he wasn't Envy's main manager, but he was a part of the management crew of DJ Envy.
He had the angle.
And I went through him,
Frisco niggas always got all the plugs,
DP
baby.
from New York. And he was a real New York nigga, you know what I'm saying? So I reached out to him and he was like, I could get him. So we was working out the numbers and then he came back, was like, Charlamagne, he don't want to do it. So I'm like, that's fine. I'll get them too. And then, you know, we worked out our deal and they came out here. I was hella excited because I was already a huge fan of the Breakfast Club.
Who wasn't?
You know what I'm saying? Like
when y'all brought him out to the city, it was crazy.
I grew up watching Charlamagne, you know, before Breakfast Club, watching Envy he used to be on MTV2. My homie from Frisco, Derek, used to work for Envy. So we met Envy back in 2007 in New York. Because my homie used to work for, I didn't bring it up because he remembered Derek because he used to work for him, but he don't remember meeting us back then. But that was just the thing. Like so I was always fans of them. So I just knew that, you know, and not to shit on like our local radio, but we've done that. We've done that. You know what I'm saying? Like we've done that.
Go ahead.
We've done that. Because I still got homies at Cameo. I just spoke to Fillmore Mike today. You know, he's back on Cameo. Shout out to Fillmore Mike. You know what I'm saying? That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted to do something different. You know what I'm saying? And the Breakfast Club was the statement I wanted to make. So we found
like the cream of the crop at the time. You know
exactly.
what I mean?
And this was 2018, I want to say 2017. That was the first year we brought him out. Then we the following year I did another birthday party. I only brought back Angela Yee. Yeah. Only because she was just easier to work with and she would, and I didn't want to get them back both because getting them both was a lot. Right. But we brought her back the following year to do the second part 2, and that went dope. And then we brought her back the next year for my artist, City P. Shout out to City P. He did a summer party, a rooftop party. We brought her back for that, and that was monumental. That was big. And it stopped there because right after that, COVID happened, and
messed everything up.
Yeah. So, really but around, you know, that was the event side of it. But to go back with after the mixtapes and everything, we were kind of just focused on building the business of official business and
building the brand
studios
and
Evenodds for sure, and our studios. In May, he started renting out another studio, so we had 2 studios at one point for years. For years, like I think it was about like 7 years he had his studio, and we had 2 studios working. Like so, if anybody wanted to work with Money Alwayz on production, I sent him over there, and then I was the post production recording and everything. And that's when we kind of like got real tighter with Big Rich. Me and his relationship grew stronger because when he got the Koch deal, he could correct me later, but I think he ran out of money with mixing the album, and he needed to turn the album
later when he's on the Happy Hour
He got
show
one of the last big deals that the Bay got before the emergence of these millennials and these younger cats.
And Mall Amazing, shout out to Mall Amazing, one of the like
my G House affiliate, brother. I love you, baby.
Mall was pretty much the A&R of that album, and me and Mall were always tight because he had a show on K-Pool.
Yeah.
And he was interviewing. So that was another.
When you talk about like musical genius, bro, dude is one of them. Like
Mall Amazing was, you know,
everybody mixed up, bro.
Crazy, bro. So we
since
knew,
we was like 12.
We knew Mall Amazing from K-Pool. He had a show on K-Pool. And he reached out to me and was like, yo, Rich need a couple songs mixed to finish the album. And I was still kind of not all the way green, but I was coming into my.
You had your foot in the door.
I was getting comfortable with the way I did things, so I was confident that I could do it.
Yeah.
Right. So he brought me the 2 records. One of them was Laid Down with Boo Banga, and I think it was just Boo Banga. I think Killer Keith was on that song too, but maybe not. Recipes Killer Keith. I went to elementary school with Killer Keith too. But yeah, I mixed 2 songs on Block Tester Hood Approved that completed the album. Rich loved it, and he was like, after that album came out, and we was supporting the release of that album. He brought Rick Ross out here for the release. Beginning Rick Ross, and after that, me and him sat down. He kind of gave us a offer that we couldn't refuse. He basically was like, "Look, I'm trying to continue to grow this thing, regardless of if I keep this deal or not. Y'all got a studio. I need a studio.
Just make it official.
I have doors. I'm getting popping with. You know, he was crazy, going crazy with shows. He said, y'all bubbling with the group. I can help with that. Let's partner." And, you know, we formed our partnership. Wow. And that was the beginning of that. And fast forward, I ended up being president of 3 Story, his label at the time. And that's when we brought in Legends Live Forever.
Shout out Troy.
Shout out Troy. We had
DB, all of them, man.
We had an LA group called Pro City. One of them is a dope ass songwriter right now that Rich still works with. So we was playing. We had D.E.O. the Gift early. We had an early D.E.O. the Gift. I didn't discover D.E.O. the Gift, but I brought D.E.O. the Gift to Big Rich. And
because I did the handle.
Yeah, So I mean, in a sense, I kind of did discover him on the city side because he was doing his thing in the East Bay. Like he's a lyrical beast, right? And I did the handoff like you said. But the fast forward
30% Tango.
Right. But the fast forward all that, you know what I'm saying? We was rocking and everything. SF Anthem ended up coming out of that as well too.
Classic.
That was the anthem.
Yeah. Quick story about SF Anthem, like I made Rich do that verse.
What?
Yeah. Like he didn't want to do it.
You're like, hey, you gotta get on this.
Just so you know, I told Rich privately a couple of times, DM in person, like that show has a different meaning to us.
No, of course.
My brother passed, my cousin used it for his video, and it's like, that's one of the videos to this very day after almost 10 years, I still listen to his voice from it. So
all time.
It holds a real special a place in my heart. Man.
So it's 2 songs that I forced him to do. Can't Go. Ooh. Big Rich and Balance.
Damn.
It was with Jimmy. Oh, and Jacka. Big Rich.
Balance is my second interview ever.
Big Rich, Balance, Jacka, Jimmy Rain. Shout out Jimmy Rain. Wherever you at, you was dope. You should have kept going.
Rain, yeah, for sure.
But he didn't want to do. He didn't want to do that. Not Jimmy Rose.
No,
Jimmy
you're thinking Jimmy Rose. Yeah.
Shout out Jimmy Rose too. But he didn't want to do that song, and what I ended up doing was we supposed to tell this story together, but he did a verse on a song that he had. Rich did a verse on a song that he did with Too Short that we never used, and I just took that verse and I put it on Can't Go.
Cut it in.
And he didn't know I could do that. This is early. Right. So I was like, bro, do this song.
He gonna learn. He gonna learn.
Just rap it. I gotta know when you're saying do this. Is it something you were hearing? Was it the beat? Like,
I just knew what Rich was supposed to do.
Okay.
Yeah. I knew what me and Rich used to bump. Rich hated just doing shit.
Like you had to be the one. Like
it's so many, it's so many things that Rich didn't want to do. We used to argue so much, bro. Like he fumbled so many relationships based on just saying like. Man,
he just didn't feel like it.
Cool.
I want to do it.
You know what I'm saying? Like we had the LEP boys from Chicago, early LEP bogus boys. They was huge fans of Big Rich, bro.
Damn.
They cornered me.
Shit, this shit you don't just be hearing anywhere.
I think what Rich was, he was like me. Rich was like another pioneer of like the Fig. He's from the Fig. He's from the class of Fig. Yeah. He had Big Rich Productions. You know what I'm saying? BRP. Money Alwayz brother was a member of BRP. He was a producer up under that. Big Rich was a producer before he was a rapper. So, he was a kid growing up in it as well too. And he wanted to figure out what else to do.
Yeah.
And even though he reached pinnacles, I just feel like during that time, even during the time of SF Anthem was like the second breath of life for him because, bro, this was times nothing was supporting Bay Area artists, bro.
No, not at all.
During this time, like, I don't even think Twitter was Twitter was a baby, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with Rich, he like it was getting hard to figure out innovative things and innovative ways to continue a career, bro.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? But that's that. You know what I'm saying? So what can't go, it just that in a nutshell, he didn't like the song, bro. Not just being real. I mean, it's one of his biggest songs.
As a producer,
I'm glad that you.
It's one of his biggest songs, and I'm gonna let you ask whatever you about to ask. It's one of his biggest songs, but you got to understand that Rich didn't do songs like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He did like street records.
Yeah.
He's from Fully Loaded.
Yeah, for
They
sure.
didn't do records like that. You know what I'm saying? But Rich, I knew Rich was trying to get out of that persona of being just
a street dude.
the guy, guy in the street, because I knew that he was getting tired.
And that's why you pushed him to do that.
I was, and you know, afterwards he understood, you know, because that record worked.
Yeah.
And so
for sure.
Anthem, because Tracks A Million sent Rich that beat first. Rest in peace, my brother.
Man.
Another Pisces, you know what I'm saying? He sent him that beat first, bro. And Rich was like, what is this?
Damn.
I'm like, bro, this is hard. So he gave
everybody in Frisco loves
that.
that.
Like,
fucking
he
song.
gave it away, bro.
For the sound, though. That was
He gave the beat.
Just the pinnacle of the way it drops, and just and to this day, like, man, I miss your smile, miss your embracements, and just like everything that was you. Tracks, man, like just that nigga had the illest fucking drop ever, bro.
So he gave that. He sent the beat over. We played it in the studio, and he was like, no. So he gave it to and this is when we were like making Built to Last, I think. We were doing Built to Last, his last album pretty much. His
He
last
originally
album.
says no to this?
He said no. And he gave it to Chuck, Street Cred Chuck.
Shout out to Chuck, my man.
and,
Doing incredible things with incredible
So we sent the beat to Chuck. Well, Rich sent the beat to Chuck. And maybe like a few weeks later, he blowing up Richie, you gotta do, because Quinn and Boo Banger was on it at that time. So Quinn and Boo Banger was on it first. And I was like, bro, you have to get on this song.
Even though he got the beef.
Like you have to.
Like, what do you think?
Because there was at the time, there was nobody bigger than our movement, bro.
Exactly.
The 3-story official business movement at that time, there was nobody bigger. Only other person that was moving. The only other person at the time that was moving crazy had to been like Roach Giggs, bro.
Hey,
that was it.
I'm glad you said that. Giggs had his little stretch.
And I could talk forever. Boy. I could talk forever about Roach Giggs. He a teacher now in Hawaii. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ain't no way.
Shout out Hawaii.
Damn, shout out to my guy, man.
But and wasn't nobody moving like us, bro. Our movement, Roach Giggs' movement was young. He had the youth, but we was moving, bro. Like when we pulled up to events, like, bro,
y'all brought the city together too.
Yeah, exactly. People can argue this, and I had this argument with anybody. We ran the city, bro, on a music level.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and like you just said, we brought the city together because we wasn't an exclusive ass entity. We wanted to bring in other elements. We was
and
like,
I know we talked about politics
bro.
on the show a lot, you know, with Jamal True Love and a lot of people.
Shout out to
If you ain't from San Francisco, you got to know that certain set got generational beef from the daddies to the uncles to the kids.
Exactly.
So the fact that y'all moving around like literally all cities, all sections of cities, a certain person in the group was phenomenal at the time.
I'm not gonna go into any of it, but I would just say, bro, like our movement squashed a lot of shit.
Yeah,
bro.
that's what's up.
It was a lot of shit. It was a lot of things that got squashed
and
for
it
the
also
sake of
also triggered
what we were
everything
doing.
from the music. Then you also had people like, you know, I'm a 49er, and you got the, you know, over here with Lakeview,
Right.
the Point, and Sunnydale, and then you got the Mo over here with the Seahawks.
Right.
So then, you know, transferring, going to high school over Galileo, I'm over here with the Fillmore people. So
Right.
you know, y'all set that trend of other neighborhoods fucking with other people.
Yeah, because it was
cool.
It was for me, like I said earlier, bro. Like I love Frisco, bro.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from where I'm from, but at the same time,
At
like
the end of the day,
we
it should
were the
just be
only
Frisco.
people. Me and Money Alwayz for a long period of time were the only people that was representing San Francisco in these other states.
Yeah.
Outside of
Real
like
talk.
outside of the Bay Area domain, like KC,
Yeah.
the Denvers and all that. We was in Atlanta, Houston, Orlando, Miami, New York. bro, like we forced San Quinn and Rich to perform SF Anthem at the Ozone Awards, bro. We was deep at the Ozone Awards.
Shout out to Gary Archer, shout out to D-Ray.
Shout out to D-Ray. Love you. Gary Archer, that's my brother. He know that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to JB, Julia Beverly. But yeah, like we were the only people that was in these other states that was popping at the time because we was going with DJ Juice to the core DJs and everything. And that song put San Francisco further on the map because with that video,
like how you said that though, not on the map.
not on the map.
On the map.
Yeah,
opened it up though.
Like, cause a lot of people know Frisco, bro. Like when we go to areas and we like, when me and M.A. was in these places, we'll be like, yeah, we from San Francisco, we from Frisco. And they'll say, they'll sell Messy Mar.
Are you from San Fran?
Yeah. That's the question.
But like, shirts that's out there in the dugout.
being in New Orleans or being in Atlanta or, all these other places, they know. So they'll say Messy Marv, they'll say Fig. Everybody knew Fig, you know what I'm saying? Bro, remember Alpha Mega? He was an artist on Grand Hustle. It turned out, and I don't like to talk politics shit, but it turned out he was an informant.
Wow.
Right. But here's the story though. Before we knew he was an informant, here's the story. We show up at the Ozone Awards to the hotel where everything was at.
He was snitching on
we
Draddy.
was all, and we was deep, bro.
With the mic.
And look. We was all deep, bro. We was all deep. We walking, we with Quinn, it's us, Quinn, Rich, we deep, we hella deep. Bro, Alpha Mega see Quinn, and remember on Coming to America, I can't believe it, I can't believe it, bro. I swear to God, bro, if I'm lying, you could, bro.
That's
like,
hilarious.
look, bro, Alpha Mega did one of those to Quinn. He got on his knees, kissed his hands. I swear to God, bro. If you ever get Quinn, he probably forget. But
yeah, that is an informant right there.
But listen to what he said. He was like, I was in the feds with Mac Dre, and Mac Dre was telling me about you.
Wow.
That's what he was saying.
Damn.
He said, I know who you are.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? He said, I hella respect you. So Quinn never experienced that, bro. He never, and it's sad because Quinn never got the love that he was supposed to have got.
Yeah.
And that's because, and like I'm telling it on camera, I'll tell it to his face.
Sure. Like
Quinn was he was the kingdom. He was the king in his kingdom, but he didn't want to get out of his kingdom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when we got on flights, bro.
Work, that's ridiculous.
When we got on flights, it was always a reset of trying to be like the new young popular kids. Like we had to be that in hella different states.
Yeah.
So Quinn needed to do that. Quinn is he's like my idol, bro. Like when it comes to a Frisco artist, you know what I'm saying? Like he's the epitome of a Frisco artist. Man. You know what I'm saying? He's the epitome.
Yeah.
He is the number one. He's the number one epitome of a Frisco artist, bro. And him coming with us to Houston for the Ozone Awards was big, and I love seeing him in that element because he started to see the love, bro, outside of the Bay.
I'm glad you mentioned that part because I'll say it on wax that I truly believe that you and Money started that trend of putting the Bay out there in those different cities because I never knew what the fuck South by Southwest was or A3C until I seen y'all go the first couple of times and seen how wild it was, and then I'm coming up with my hustle, so I'm like, hey, bro, what's this? What's that?
And honestly, that's how I built my network, bro. I just, like, the Bay is cool. And it was dope 10 years ago because the networking was better. Today it's a shit show today.
You need to expand for sure.
You gotta expand, bro. You just gotta expand.
That's the name of the game. I mean,
you
don't try to build to get up to this point and stay at that point.
Nah, ever.
I made the bleep
I gotta say, it feels like you took that little hustle you were doing on Market Street and just took it to the rest of the country.
Yeah,
and you started pushing. You kept pushing.
Like we could have easily got comfortable on Market Street, bro. Right? We was making between the two of us, we probably was, on our best days, we'd do like $1,500, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
CDs, bro.
But then you don't want to be known as the Market Street guy.
You're
gonna keep
nothing wrong with that, but they had bigger dreams.
Exactly.
That's what we were until we weren't.
Exactly.
Right? Until you were doing bigger things.
And we never shied away from that title because we were the Market Street.
Not exactly. What I'm saying is you don't want to stay there.
No, yeah, exactly.
You want to grow and evolve.
But we knew that we were going to grow. We always had a mission, bro.
Definitely.
We always had a mission. We always was like, okay, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this.
Then we got to give your vision that flowers, man,
bro.
For real, because you were dialed in.
The timeline matches up.
You saw it and you made the move.
From the young Evenodds, and I really liked it, in the early stages, you guys was like, the first young niggas talking about conscious shit. I'm talking about gun violence, talking about a bunch of shit.
It was conscious player shit.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Because, we all had our stints, our moments, you know what I'm saying, as youth.
Doing what you was doing.
Growing up in the city, you know what I'm saying? We was doing our thing. And we just spoke about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, we took the player route on the city shit. Like, we from Notorious projects. I'm from the Geneva Towers, bro. The original Geneva Towers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm from that. That's my era, you feel me? And I've seen 3 generations of war with, with the Towers. So I'm from that. Money Alwayz from Chopper City, bro. Turkwood, Chopper City, bro. Like, so that's where we from. We could have talked about the street shit like that all day. We could have talked about that all day. But, bro, we was some fresh niggas, bro. So, we knew our demographic, bro. Like it was, our demographic was 50-50. 50% women, 50% dudes. You know what I'm saying? The dudes liked us because we could rap. And we was cool. We was cool with everybody. Yeah. You fucked with us because we wasn't on no cocky shit. Yeah, we rocked with everybody. The girls fucked with us because we made music that they could play. Yeah, we figured that part out. It didn't, with the girls, it didn't, a lot of girls liked our music because they liked us. But it got to a point where they liked the music too. Because we started like, okay, we need to start making music that they will play. You know what I'm saying?
Purchase.
Yeah, so that's when we started getting R&B hooks, you know what I'm saying? Or we started just like doing straight out female driven songs, you know what I'm saying? But
let's go. Hey, we want to give a shout out to our resident DJ Wes Craven. It's always a party on the West, baby. Let's go. Get it, baby. West. Cut it. West.
Mi bicho está cabrón, yo dejo que jueguen con mi corazón. Quisiera mudarme con todas por una mansión. El día que me case te envío la invitación, muchacho, deja eso. Ey, Titi me preguntó si tengo muchas novias. Muchas novias, hoy tengo una, mañana otra. Ey, pero no. Tell me when to go. 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 Jesus Christ had dreads, so shake 'em. I ain't got none, but I'm planning on growing some. Imagine all the Hebrews doing dumb, dancing on top of chariots and turning tight ones. Ooh, tell me when to go. Talking on my getro on my way to the stop. My second or third trip, some Henny, some switches, and some Listerine strips. Dr. Green Thumb lips just to ease my thoughts. Not just the cops, but the homies you gotta watch. The moon is full, look at the dark cloud. Sitting in my